Hello and welcome, and thank you for joining us as part of Trustee Week 2025. This week is all about celebrating the fantastic work that trustees do across the country, but particularly within Manor Hall Academy Trust. So connecting with each other, sharing experiences, and inspiring more people to get involved in becoming trustees. So today, I'm delighted to be joined by one of our own Manor Hall trustees, Simon.
Morning,
Morning.
Kate. Morning, everybody.
We're going to have a relaxed conversation about Simon's journey as a trustee and what his role involves, and have a few quick fire questions along the way.
We'll see whether they're fun or not, Kate, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they will be. So welcome, and thank you for being here. Thank you for giving up your time, Simon.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, absolutely, Kate. So I started as a trustee in, December last year. Yeah. I'm speaking to you from a little village in Derbyshire where we moved about 20 plus years or so ago. I'm a father of 5 now grown up children. And married to a former nurse and now law professor at Nottingham Law School. I've got a background in NHS health management, but I've also got a fair bit of non-exec experience with charities and schools, which is a large reason why I was really keen on the Manor Hall role. And when I'm not doing something work or something with the family, then I'm usually to be found out walking the Derbyshire Hills or cycling around somewhere or other. So that's a very short potted history about me, Kate.
Oh, it sounds lovely. Okay, so what inspired you to become a trustee for Manor Hall?
Yeah, as I said, I've always had for a long time now. I've worked as a trustee of a charity. I chaired a charity for people supporting those with learning disabilities for quite a while. I've also been a school governor of a primary school in London, and then at Queen Elizabeth's Grammar School in Ashbourne, as well as my NHS director roles. So actually, when I saw the Manor Hall job come up, it just seemed to kind of bring together everything that I really believed in. And when I spoke to Richard, who was then the chief exec, I was also really impressed with the culture and the kind of the aspiration and the values of the organisation as well. Okay, so it just seemed to speak to what mattered to me and to kind of my experience.
Yeah, there's a real link between what you've done in the past, isn't there, and then
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
Manor
It's
Hall
funny. It just
does.
absolutely leapt off I saw it on LinkedIn, and it just seemed to absolutely jump off the page at me, to be honest.
Yeah, as if it was meant for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what's been the most rewarding part of the role for you since you've been working with us?
I mean, I think the bit I really, really enjoy, I suppose, is getting out to the schools and meeting the staff. And indeed spending time with you guys as the exec team as well. So, I mean, you and I did something recently, didn't we? Down at where we were at
We were at Alton Towers.
Alton Towers, weren't we? That's right. We were at
Yes.
Alton Towers,
Yeah.
and we spent some time at Alton Towers with a number of the schools. I've visited several schools of the 15 that we support now, which has also been great. Going around with Paul, our head of school improvement, and that's probably the bit that really brings it to life, because we have got some amazing people. I mean, some amazing challenges, but some amazing people in the trust, and it's an absolute privilege and honour to spend time with both the staff and also the pupils and their families. Just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think that's likewise as well, because when you sit on a chief board and you're presenting to trustees and showing them the work that you've been doing, and sometimes having some difficult conversations, spending time with trustees outside of the boardroom, I think, is really important to
Yeah,
have that
absolutely.
kind of psychological safety. And when we weren't on roller coasters, were we, that day? But when we had that time
No,
at
we were.
Alton Towers, it's nice just kind of being around the children and the
Absolutely.
staff, and
Yeah,
getting to know
absolutely.
each other in more of a day-to-day capacity.
Yeah,
It then
yeah,
makes, when you sat around the boardroom table making some tough decisions and looking at data, etc., it kind
yeah.
of makes it a bit more comfortable, and
Well,
I'm
it does.
sure
Absolutely. Because then
pays
I've
off.
been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you become more than just a name on a bit of paper or an email or something.
Yeah,
And also when we're talking about the schools, I've been to nearly half of them now. I've been there, I've spoken to, a number of the team, I've spoken to some of the peoples, and it just brings it all to life. And it's a good way of knowing that what you're being told in the boardroom, to be honest, is the right thing as well. And it's a really good way just to kind of check out of what's really, really going on. And I think being much more credible in a member of the team.
so we just talked a little bit about kind of what you get up to as a trustee, but for those people that might not be familiar
Yeah.
with the role of a trustee, what does a trustee actually do? What does it entail?
Yeah, no, really good question, isn't it? So it's some of it is inevitably spending a bit of time in meetings. So we have what do we have? We have a board meeting once a term, don't we?
Yeah,
And then I'm also on our strategy and standards committee as well, which again is once a term. So that means reading some papers and then going to the meeting and contributing. But again, I find that a really valuable thing to do. It's done in a really kind of open, transparent way. We get some great information, and that's a really good way to contribute, I think.
yeah,
Another thing for me is then spending time out, as I said earlier, with the schools, and with you as the exec team. I think again, it's really important for me to understand what your challenges you're dealing with, what your priorities are, but also for me to understand what the schools are dealing with and what challenges they're up against.
yeah,
So spending time out doing that is also a really, really key.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Right, are you ready for your quick fire round then?
Always, Kate, always.
Okay,
Bring it on,
so I'm
bring it
going to
on.
give you an either or an or
Okay,
ask you a
let's see it.
question.
Let's see
Okay,
how I
so
get on.
first thing that comes in, yeah. Okay, so favorite subject at school?
Favorite subject at school? French.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Tea or coffee?
coffee. Definitely coffee. Always. I mean, I drink both, but
How?
coffee
How do you
first
have
thing in
your
the morning.
coffee? Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
nice filter coffee. Important first thing in the morning, just to kind of get everything working, I find.
Yeah. Okay, so are you an early bird or a night owl?
I used to be a night owl, but now I'm an early bird. Yeah, I love to get out. Ideally, I like to get out on the bike or something first thing, and then yeah, have breakfast a bit later on, and then you've done a bit of exercise, been seen the world as it is, and
Yeah,
yeah, all set up for the day then.
yeah, had some sunlight and
Had some
set
sunlight. Yeah,
set the intention for the day.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, feel energized, feel buzzing.
yeah. Okay, so I'm interested in this question. Favorite biscuit for a board meeting?
Oh my word. Okay, so I think always a caramel shortbread.
Oh,
Always a caramel shortbread.
nice. With
Yeah.
chocolate.
Oh, definitely. As
Beautiful.
many
Okay.
calories as can be squeezed into it. Absolutely.
Well, if you've earned it on your bike ride, then
Yeah, that's what I
you
think.
can
That's
have
my
two.
justification for it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so a bit more on topic here. What skill do you use most as a trustee?
God, another great question. I think for me, the important thing, Kate, is to develop relationships, whether that's relationships with board members, whether it's relationships with teachers. I think if you've got to have that ability to kind of get on with people, take people with you, have for them to believe you, trust you. And so you've got to be out there, be talking with people, spending time getting to know people. So yeah, I think my
Yeah.
ability to develop relationships is key.
Yeah, I think that really shines through as well with you, Simon, because you've been working with us for a year and you've really made that conscious effort, which is, I think, like I said before, kind of made that psychological safety environment where we can have a conversation and it be meaningful. But also that commitment that you've shown to the schools and to us as a team has been really, really good.
Good. Well, thank you for that. And equally, you've reciprocated brilliantly too. So it's been an absolute pleasure
Oh,
talking to each
thank
and every
you.
one of you. So thank you for that.
Okay, so this is really important. What was your
Okay.
favorite school dinner growing
My
up?
favourite, amazingly, they used to do not a bad roast beef actually, Kate. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So we
oh,
used to not get a bad roast dinner every now and again actually. So yeah, which is
that's
unusual
really
for a
good.
school, but it was.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, very nice. Okay, so to finish off then, Simon, what piece of advice would you give to someone who's thinking about becoming a trustee?
Oh, okay. Um, in my experience, possibly a couple of things. One is don't underestimate your contribution. Um, I've
Hmm,
heard sometimes people can say, "Oh, I'm not an expert. I don't know as much as they did." But actually, of course, that's kind of what we're there for, is to bring that fresh,
yeah,
perspective. So, yeah. So don't underestimate contribution. You're there not to be the expert almost always. You're there to kind of bring that fresh perspective, to get to know people, bring your lived experience, what goes on in your life that you can bring to this. And I think there's no such thing as a silly question either. I think people again are often frightened to ask stuff, and I think just have the courage of your convictions. What you're bringing is great. And so yeah, be brave, or get involved, get out there, talk to people and ask the questions. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's really, really good insight. So thank you, Simon, for sharing your
Thank you very much.
experiences and your insights. And thank you to everyone watching this video as well. We hope it gives you a flavour of what being a trustee is all about, and a bit about Manor Hall Academy Trust as well. If you'd like to find out more about the role of being a trustee at Manor Hall, then please go onto our website. I'm sure the link will be in the blog where we're sharing this video. If you're interested in getting involved or want to get in touch with us, then please do. And wishing you all a happy trustee week.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.